Good afternoon, morning, evening, whatever time zone you guys are watching. I today I'm talking a little bit about Resident Evil 3, the remake that was just released a couple days ago. I did beat it. I beat it on the very first day that I bought it, and we're just going to be talking about whether it's worth your money because the fact is that especially what's going on right now, people losing their jobs. We are in an environment where we're trying to find some time, trying to find something to do, but we also want to make sure that we spend our money wisely. And in this circumstance, it is absolutely, in my opinion, not worth your money. So let's talk about it. So the first thing is first, is Resident Evil a good game? Yes, it is a very good game. It's very addicting. It plays, if not the same as Resident Evil 2. When I bought it on the release date, and I beat it the very first day that I got it. It's a pretty short game. It's for me, it took about 5.5 hours, as with dying a couple times. Other people, it might take a little bit longer. But the fact is it worth your money? It's $80 in Canada here, and I know it's like 60 or $70 in the US. Is it worth your money? No, it's definitely not worth the $80. I'm just going to put it out there right now. It the fact is this game is way too short. I've heard of other people beating it in well under 5 hours. Some people beat it in four, some people beat it in three. Um, I'm just a fairly average gamer. I really am not hardcore like some of the guys. I don't do speed runs. I just play the game as is, and I'm not a perfectionist either. So I don't go and collect every single, drop or bobblehead or whatever that doll is right around the missions or around the game. I just play it for the gameplay and I play it for the story, and that's pretty much it. I don't go for the platinum for PSN. I don't go for the platinum trophies and whatnot. I just play the game. And for someone like me who just plays the game, well, I'm looking at around 5.5 hours to completely beat it with some deaths. So, um, in this day and age, you'd expect a little bit longer. I know other people have said, okay, well, just play the game over again. You want to go into the second run or the third run, you change out the outfits, and that's not the point. If let's just say if I go buy another game, okay, in the other game, whatever, let's just use Breath of the Wild for example, right? Or you know what? Let's do something more comparable, like I don't know, Resident Evil 2. Perfect. The previous game, Resident Evil 2. That game gave me, I want to say 10 hours of gameplay. Remember, because there is a second side of it, and they added an additional um, um, side story at the orphanage, right? No spoilers, obviously. But that game had hours and hours of gameplay, and you got something like Resident Evil 5. Sorry, Resident Evil 3 remake, and it was a lot shorter, and and it didn't have all the additions that, let's say, Resident Evil 2 had. So, like all the other people say, is it worth it for your $80? Absolutely not. If you buy it for $80, you're gonna kind of lose out on your money because you know it's kind of like watching a movie, right? You go out, you go pay your $10, $15 to go into it and watch a movie. Is it worth that $15? Is it worth that $10? And you get what, 2-ish hours, sometimes 3 hours of actually entertainment. In this case, you paid $80. I paid $80 for this. And what did I get? Well, I got about 4 to 5 hours of gameplay to complete the game, obviously in normal mode. Um, can I go back and play it over again? Yeah, well, I can go and if I buy a DVD or buy a movie, I can go and rewatch it again, right? It's not the same. Yes, you can change up certain outfits and all that other stuff, but it's still not the same. It's the fact is I already completed the game in 5.5 hours for me. For someone else, it might be even shorter, right? And I took my time with it. I didn't run through certain things. Like I took my time with the game, and I get it. It also comes with resistance. That's probably what some people are thinking. Well, it comes with Resident Evil's resistance. I didn't ask for Resident Evil resistance, right? I don't really care much about that game. I played it a couple times. It is okay, but it's not it's not the same. As a matter of fact, it feels kind of different than, let's say, the base game. There's something missing about it, whether the graphics were toned down or maybe the guns don't have as much impact. It just don't feel like it just doesn't feel the same. It's like as if somebody else developed it. I don't know. I haven't done really research about that because I don't want to be biased, right? And that's another thing about it is, if I go on and I read the reviews and I read certain things that will give me bias, then it's not right to comment on that because then other things, let's say for example, like if it was another developer, then I'll be more inclined to say that. But it seems like Resident Evil Resistance, it just feels like it's made by somebody else. It's made by maybe another, team because the quality is definitely different. It does um, I mean, it is an interesting concept, but it just the overall packaging, like the overall gameplay, even to the point where the fluidity of the whole game, it just seems to be lacking. Whereas the base game, there's just so much punch to it, right? So, and maybe because there's not a campaign or whatnot, I just don't know. But the fact is, it just there's a shortfall on Resident Evil Resistance, and I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a different developer, maybe it's not, who knows? But I can definitely say that for what you're getting for the $80, 79.99, and in Canada we have taxes, right? We pay taxes, and that can be upwards of almost $100 after taxes, right? Like 90 something dollars, 95, 96. But anyway, so for for the average consumer or the average gamer such as myself, I definitely don't recommend it. If you could wait a bit and wait for it to go on sale, that's probably your best bet. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So hopefully you'll be able to take my opinion or my advice for a grain of salt. But yeah, I definitely beat Resident Evil in about 5.5 hours. It definitely wasn't worth the $80. I feel kind of bummed out that I spent 80 bucks on this game. I really was excited. I thought it was a little bit longer than what it makes out to be, but I went in without looking at any reviews. I just wanted to experience this game with an unbiased point of view. And hopefully you like my opinion, and I'll see you then. See you on the next one.